So this was a game submission by Aoe2hostage, coming back from the damn hell. And I can only just begin to suspect that he is dealing with mass Mangudai here. Or it's just a hellhole of a base he has here, because look at the hills. Berries on the hill, gold on the hill, rhinos on the hill. That's also not ideal either, because they deal bonus damage from the hill. So if you send an unloomed villager to lure these rhinos, there's a good chance they get 2 quick hits on you on the way back and you die before you get to the TC, even if the distance is this short. So, honestly, aside from decent backwoodlands here, it's a horrible ditch hole of a base of Aoe2hostage here. It has a decent wall off, though, between the woodlands and resources, but not loving it. Situation is a little bit better for Orange here. He has berries a bit to the side here, but next to 2 hills, so if Aoe2hostage somehow goes for the archers here, there's solid damage potential. Gold on the hill. Yeah, stone close to a hill as well. Lots of hills on these new areas. Too many, I think, almost. Just look at all these hills everywhere here as we move around the King of the Desert to Arabia. Map gen, which is currently the ranked map generation. So good scouting here. May or may not opt to push in some ostrich as well. Orange basically has to here, because these Mongols, he collects hunt 40% faster. So that's going to benefit the food economy and hence the uptime as well. He's actually eating 2 rhinos at the same time here without worrying too much about the decay, because it's collected so quickly anyway. And Aoe2hostage now out to scout. Looks like the pre-mill drush here is placing the barracks before the mill and taking 10 gold to be able to afford 3 militia. And I think that's a good call, looking at base layout here, because it's a fairly easily wallable one. And of course the berries are formidable. If you go for the drush aggression against Mongols, you're going to be able to hit the Mongols before they get their early scouts out, which is probably the plan here. Ooh, 17 pop up here actually for the Mongols. And disrupt their economy before they can send the scouts to your base. And you see the wall off is already starting here as well for Aoe2hostage. Malians really shine in the Castle Age, and Mongols struggle in the Castle Age. So this is where Aoe2hostage needs to... This is what Aoe2hostage needs to do. It needs to disrupt the early game of the Mongols, because they're strong with their early feudal age as well. Wall off, get to Castle Age, and pump out whatever unit you want to with the Malians. You have essentially a wide open technology tree in the Castle Age with the Malians. You can do anything. Except the Eagles. Eagle Warriors. That's a Meso-Sid thing. So Orange is up a little bit later here. Or is scouting the enemy a bit later, I mean. It's up very early. Ooh, Moonlock. No loom! No loom for Aoe2hostage. But TC, garrison. Ah, he doesn't want to. With the direction of the scout. Some walling attempts here, and the villagers don't have loom. Which means that Aoe2hostage will be losing this villager. He will not lose another, but he loses some hit points. And the feudal age is in as well, so he's going to drop the stable now. Start making the scouts. Aoe2hostage has put the forward armies at a halt, because he has to react to the aggression at home. Loom is in, so these scouts won't or shouldn't be able to snipe more villagers. And now pulls back to rejoin with the fresh full HP scout, and might need to pull them back overall, because Aoe2hostage's drush is hitting now, forcing a reaction at home from Al-B-Bakr, and successfully disrupting the Mongols' economy here. Keeps the scout alive as well, which is important to keep track of what the opponent is doing, but Al-B-Bakr here sends the villagers to fight the drush, just to be rid of it as soon as possible, to be able to keep up the aggression on the forward base as well. TC Fire. It's probably because of the rush aggression here that Albibakr loses a little bit of vision on the scouts at enemy base. He did succeed in getting 3 Wilder kills though, so it's... Oh. Wait. What? I guess he realized that there were a few Wilders underneath the TC here, so that the scouts could just run past without dying. They took a lot of the hit points losses though, but they can still be annoying. Of course, a reaction from Wilders around the base here. The rush has been dealt with. More farms going up now for Albibakr. And Aoe2hostage follow-up here should be some kind of feudal age pressure here. There's none on gold. I don't even know what the plan is here. 3 on gold now. Guess we'll assume it's the archers follow-up here then. Economy upgrades coming in, and probably a second lumber camp here as well. Yeah, they're not gonna break through here. That's an easy repair or wall-off for Aoe2hostage. As the farms are extending here, only 2 on gold. Aoe2hostage is going to rely on the walls here now and prepare for a smoother castle age instead, and may or may not beat the orange player to it. I see 3 on gold here now for Albibakr. 12 farms. I think he only made 3 scouts total as well. So it's going to be a tight race to the castle age here. But the scouts, of course, have provided value, killing 3 villagers, and now what? Farm count is higher for the Mongols. They both had the eco upgrades, but I think Aoe2hostage has some Dark Age farms here, so they are going to be expiring a bit sooner. Maybe not. Maybe some Dark Age or soon to be depleted farms for the orange player as well. Very weak scouts, so I'm surprised he just doesn't commit them to scout a bit more on the map to get a grasp of the neutral resources rather than try to break through with 2 very weak scouts. I guess he's chosen to just be annoying here. It is a 2 villagers lead for Albibakr here, as the idleness time is quite comparable. The progression towards the castle age is closer for the orange player as well, now missing only 200 food to go after. Has both buildings. Aoe2hostage is missing the second one, but here comes the blacksmith. And I still believe the Malians have a better castle age than Mongols. There you go. Now arranged for Albibakr. Is he going to follow up with the cav archers here? I think he might. If he dropped the ranges earlier, I'd say crossbows, but in this case it makes more sense to go for the cavalry archers. They fire faster for the Mongols. Food economy 15 farms, so it's not going to be a knight or cavalry play here from Albibakr. And looking at the resources here, the cavalry archer investment should pay off. You could hide here with some cav archers and idle the woodline. And these farms, of course, very exposed to cav archer fire as well. The castle age uptimes are 1 minute apart. So, good window of opportunity here for Albibakr to deal some serious damage. Like how Aoe2hostage sends out one scout from the stable while on the way to the gas station and just successfully takes out both these two weak, annoying scouts with no trouble at all. Doesn't even take any HP losses. And now he's going to run about with the scout to gather some intelligence as to what Aoe2hostage is planning here. It is the crossbows. Now I'm surprised he's not going for the cav archers, to be honest, because one of the things about archers into crossbows is that you can start massing them in feudal age, but he drops 2 ranges now to go for the crossbow switch. And it honestly doesn't make sense at this point in the game. If you want to benefit from the crossbow, make archers while on the way up and upgrade them to crossbow. When you're in the castle age and start producing and you are Mongols, just go for the cav archers. You have the stable already for husbandry and bloodlines, and you're gonna need the same upgrades anyway for cav archers and crossbows. Didn't you see the demonstrations in Kazakhstan? True. Oh, that villager. Second villager kill in the game by Aoe2hostage. Is he gonna get another one? Nah. And somehow there's still berries here for orange as well. Here are the crossbows. They are cheaper, but they are less mobile than the cav archers. And you'd make an argument that they do have better range as well, don't they? So it's not a waste. It's just, here come the cav archers. Okay, now we're on the cav archers. Yay! And a university for ballistics in the cav stage and chemistry in the Imperial Age as the game progresses. Oh, crossbows getting some juicy kills here. Even without ballistics, they're sniping some villagers. 8 villagers killed now by Aoe2hostage as the cav archers come in. Always so annoying to deal with cav archers. It's the mobility and the fact that you can't easily counter them with skirmishers, for example. It's very annoying. Second town center for Aoe2hostage here is more than enough wood to add a third one as well, but it might not be worthwhile. Ah, no, hello, Aoe2hostage. Guess you only missed the feudal age scouts and the build-up. No +2 for Aoe2hostage scouts here now, and the knights are catching up with the cav archers, so each and every hit they get in, that's great news for Aoe2hostage. No bloodlines for the Mongols cav archers here, even though the stables is up. It's, I mean, why not just get it, actually? There's definitely eco for bloodlines here now, or husbandry, which might be in. Yeah, I think husbandry is in. So the cav archers will outrun the knights because of that. Camels being added as well. That's a nice countermeasure to the knights. Of course, Aoe2hostage can add camels as well, but they will be weak against the cav archer fire. So not necessarily the best. No, this is not. Didn't see any lames, or maybe I missed it in the early game, but. Maybe that's why you went for the drush. I'm so sorry if I missed it in that case. I didn't see any early laming. I didn't see any scouting from the Mongols player at all. In your base early on, so I don't think there was any laming. I don't remember. Fine. So cav archers officially inside Aoe2hostage's base now. More villagers going down. 10, 11. Is there counter-aggression here as well? Yeah, knights getting some kills here on the gold of Aoe2hostage. 16 military to 2 now. That's a huge issue for Aoe2hostage here. Camels still alive. They could get some hits in on the knights. And those hills all around Aoe2hostage's base. It's just extra annoying when dealing with the Cav Archer raids here. I like the town center additions, securing gold and woodland over here, and providing refuge for the villagers when being raided by Cav Archers. But you need to react and garrison and ungarrison all the time so as to not lose villagers and to keep economy producing. And 16 military to 1 now. Still no second defense for the Knights, but eco to add more numbers, of course. And it is a cramped base, so it's kind of dangerous for Albibaker to move in here. If there are 4 camels in each of these stables, they shred most of whatever is here attacking. Ballistics coming in, gold shaft mining coming in as well to really boost that gold mining income. And again, the hills around the base here, and now I've been beginning to understand what Aoe2hostage means with the title of the game, coming back from the damn hell, and the hell is the base with hills all around here. And, of course, losing villagers. 22 villagers killed by Orange here. Not necessarily a big deal with 3 town centers producing. They're not currently producing, but they've been, of course, as the food has been coming in here. 3 TCs now for Albibaker as well, but he's been later to adding these. So he's behind by 7 villagers. Scorpion defense, nice. The Knights are going down. They're suffering a bit from having that second defense, but they might die from hit and run against Cav Archers anyway. They are delaying the aggression here, and Orange is also not replenishing the numbers here. So any Cav Archer lost, if they're not replenished, that's obviously a blow to the Mongol situation here. It probably feels confident though after killing so many villagers that he's ahead here. Aoe2hostage has higher idle TC time, but was way earlier to the triple TCs, so it's actually with the villager lead here. Yeah, exactly, you didn't realize his eco was so bad, but you had like 10 ZA running around your base for 10 minutes, and that's always so annoying. Great defense though, both on 3 TCs now, but only Aoe2hostage producing here. Albibaker is kind of forgetting it a little bit. He wants to get the castle up as well. That's probably going to go down somewhere in the middle here, on the gold or on the stone, as a fallback point for the Cav Archers. It could also, if he feels he's in control here, Albibaker, he could drop the castle here as well to deny lots of gold and wood over here. Looks like he's aiming for Imperial Age, you're right. But it's dangerous to go to Imperial Age without a massive army to benefit from it as well. Only 9 military for Albibaker, and no castles here that need to be taken down yet anyway. I guess we're getting close to that. Oh, 19 builders going for a very aggressive forward castle here for Aoe2hostage. He has knights and skirmishers chasing here, and the Cav Archer numbers aren't crazy. But I think Albibaker will focus villagers here now. Who cares though? Aoe2hostage still has the villagers lead, and Orange will be forced to villager fight here. This castle is going to deny one of the golds of Albibaker and some production here as well, and is probably going to force the castle to go up defensively. He's floating lots of gold, could buy Imperial Age here, get a castle up and start trapping this one. But this castle provides Lots of time for Aoe2hostage to stabilize and add economy at home, and capitalize on that eco advantage here. I think this castle goes up. I think it goes up. Not enough military here. Only 4 military for Al-Bakr to deny this or stop this from going up. Orange did a big mistake by saying for Imp. Yeah, and they still didn't get it. It's also missing 1 building, right? So even if you had the resources, you wouldn't be clicking up. Mangudai would kill anything out and make... Yeah, Malians. For Malians to deal with Mangudai, that's just asking for trouble, letting them to go and get to that. So a misclick to buy stone, or is it for a TC? It's for another TC. Yeah, Malians lack Bracer, right? So Elite Skirms against the Mangudai, which is probably one of the better options. Is not really an option, lacking that Imperial Age upgrade. And the Champ Skulls will survive Mangudai and trade cost efficiently, but they won't have the mobility by any means. They won't be able to catch up. Can they though? Do they move quickly enough? No, they can't catch them. Exactly. Okay, so both of them going to Imperial Age now. Nice. So Aoe2hostage with a just slightly behind Impier. He has the hill advantage as well, so he should be able to take down this castle. I mean, that's still the Farimba cavalry raids option against Mongols though, but Mongols have a fantastic raiding unit in the Hussar as well. Mangudai now in production, but he's not going to reach critical mass here, obviously, before Imperial Age. They're at similar numbers here as Aoe2hostage breaks in with knights. And by the looks of it, Orange doesn't really have any means to deal with these knights here. Yes, so Mangudai has some camels, yes, but he's lacking basically all of the upgrades for the camels here. Looking at the better upgrades for Aoe2hostage's knights here, you should be able to trade against small camels numbers without too much of an issue. A good micro on the hill here though, and maybe there were more camels than I could initially tell here. It's 95 builders to 58 though, so massive economy lead for Aoe2hostage here. Imperial Age is in there, obviously... Wait, he's not making trebuchets? Ooh. More stables going up. Cavalier and plate parting armor coming in here for the remaining knights, and more to come. 4 villagers. 4 town centers producing villagers as well. And here comes the treb, okay. Only 1 castle. Aoe2hostage's scouting is decent as well, knows that this is only where the Mongols player is. Yeah, I agree. The early game of reminds me of myself. To be honest, the early game is strong, and then as the game gets longer, it's struggling to close it out and keep everything producing and to match the numbers. He never really got past 12 cavalry archers. So if cavalry archers is your plan, you need to keep producing them because they're only especially good in larger numbers. Here come the Mangudai. They will try to snipe the trebuchets, but they won't succeed here because there are cavaliers here to deal with that. And now with the hill bonus for the trebuchets, each fireball deals somewhere between 400 and 600 damage, so that castle is going to be done soon enough. And our orange friend Al-Bakr will be forced into the GG soon enough. Well, he makes another castle. Well, as long as Aoe2hostage keeps the trebuchets and the cavalry alive, this castle is not going to last very long. And there's the GG, yeah. As expected, to be honest, is way behind in economy, lost the one and only castle to produce the mango dye, which was probably the long-term plan for the Mongols here. Great early game, great scout rush, 17 pop scouts, as you can see from the uptime here, 744, that's no joke. And castle is chiming behind that pretty good as well, but then, as you can see from the army numbers here, it's all went downhill from there. GG. Did I get Farimba? Let's see. Or actually, let's see here. No Farimba. 12 plus 1 attack, so not even not even anything past forging. Nice KD though, 92, 93. That's nice and even. Eco's not that bad, all things considered either, so that says something about the idle time cost. Trend production more important for sure.